All right, today we're gonna be debunking the biggest myth that comes with kettlebells, and that is that you can't build muscle using them. Now, realistically, anybody that says that doesn't truly understand how muscle is built, and we're gonna talk about that, all right? But before we dive deeper into that, it's important to understand that the language that gets used in this conversation really matters. So can you build muscle using kettlebells? Yes, absolutely. There are enough very muscular people out there using primarily kettlebells to prove that that is true. Are kettlebells the most optimal way to build as much muscle as you can? No, and I will always say that, and I will never say that they are the best for that. Now, those are two very distinct statements, and it's very important to understand the difference between those two statements. If you want to be the most muscular person in the world, you should probably be using dumbbells, barbells, machines, and lifting in a bodybuilding style fashion. But unfortunately, nowadays, people say you can't do something or can't get certain results if you are not doing it in the most optimal way, which is far from the truth. At the end of the day, if you want to build muscle, the only thing that you need is tension on the muscles, and it doesn't matter where that tension is coming from. Whether it's a dumbbell, a barbell, body weight, machines, a kettlebell, a rock, or literally anything else. If there's tension on the muscles and they are consistently being challenged, they're going to grow. Now, bodybuilding focuses on creating as much tension as possible with every exercise, every rep, every set, every workout, which is why it is the most optimal way to build muscle. But if you were cleaning, snatching, swinging, squatting, rowing, pressing heavy and challenging weights with kettlebells, you're going to create a lot of tension and you're going to gain muscle, absolutely. Now, the issue with that is two things. One, most people don't know how to actually use kettlebells that way, or the right way, I would say, to build strength or muscle. Again, which is fine, I get it. There's not nearly as much information out there yet. I'm working on that. And then the second one kind of blends in with number one, is that, most people don't have access to heavy enough kettlebells that are actually going to challenge them and allow them to build muscle. If you're a 6'1" guy who is 200 pounds, you've been lifting fairly consistently, and now you're starting to use some kettlebells here and there, but all you have access to is a 35-pound kettlebell, you're not really going to be gaining muscle using that kettlebells. You can absolutely do some great things with that kettlebell, and I still recommend using it, but building muscle is probably not going to be it. Now, I understand with that most gyms don't have the best selection of kettlebells, but just because a gym doesn't have heavy enough kettlebells doesn't mean you can't gain muscle using them. It just means that people don't have access to heavy enough ones to do so, or again, if you do, maybe you're only doing swings with them, and while you can build muscle doing heavy kettlebell swings, it's not the best for that. And you should be using them for swings, yes, but also cleans, snatches, rows, presses, squats, lunges, and kettlebell complexes. So you can create a lot of tension throughout the body. It's kind of, I use this analogy a lot. It's kind of the same concept as if you walked into a gym and that gym had dumbbells that only went up to 30 pounds. You wouldn't say you can't gain muscle using dumbbells. You would just say you can't gain muscle with that gym's dumbbells because they don't go heavy enough to challenge you. Again, are kettlebells the best for building muscle? No, and I will never say that they are. I totally know that a bodybuilding style of working out is going to be the best way to do that, and kettlebells aren't really that route. And if all you care about is being the most muscular person possible on the face of the earth, just gaining as much muscle as you can, then kettlebells ain't for you, all right? Go for it, do your thing, but kettlebells aren't gonna be it, and I totally get that, that's fine. But if you wanna be functionally strong, conditioned, mobile, athletic, and muscular, then you should get your hands on some heavy bells and get after it, because they are the best for that. I know I'm biased, but I really, truly do believe that. So guys, I hope that made sense. I hope that maybe cleared some air, maybe open your mind just a little bit to what is possible with kettlebells and kind of different concepts of, how we go about our training. It's more so about what we're doing with the implement, not the implement itself, all right? If you guys do have any questions after watching this about anything, go ahead and drop them in the comments and I will get back to you, all right? I'll see you next time.